And then let's go into our indices. So in our indices, in the morning I actually took some sales on GER30, which is what I'm going to be explaining. But then right now on NAS100, I just feel like we're just going to be looking for some beautiful buys, mainly because the market is not giving us any signs of sales, right? We are currently on the certain buy zone here, currently looking at the certain buy zone, which can actually give us some beautiful buys, right? You can actually take buys, and we have a gap here. If you check, the market actually created a beautiful gap at that point, so we're just looking for the market to go close that certain gap. Okay, but we'll just see, we'll just come back and reanalyze this. We actually have like 15 minutes to analyze this. And then US30, oh guys, US30, this one traumatized me because we're actually looking for sales in the previous video. So but the next time went actually saw different confirmations, and then we actually said we're going to be taking some buys, mainly because of this downtrend that was created there. But then this uptrend was the one that was actually stronger than the downtrend, and the market actually took that direction, right? But the nicest thing is we actually saw this whole position, but then the only way we're actually going to take ourselves is if the market hits that point. So on US30 we already covered. Okay, I just feel like here already covered. We're just looking for the market to hit that point. Then after it hits that point, just like this is just gonna be the same analysis. Just gonna wait for the market to hit this point. If it's not gonna hit that point, we're just gonna be looking for another strong zone, right? Which can probably be this zone, right? If you check, this zone is just another strong zone that we can actually look at. Okay, let me just remove this multiple zones. Okay, just like that, right? So I'm just going to wait for the market to actually hit that certain point and get a double top. So the most important thing in this whole trade is just going to be my double top. Once I get my double top, which is my confirmation, that is when I'm going to take my beautiful sales, right? So now we're going to be, for now, we're just going to be looking for some beautiful sales to this certain point here. Okay, then after the market breaks that certain point, which is our support area, we're going to be taking ourselves to this 90%. Remember here, we have a massive 90% to go complete. We have two massive 90% to go complete, guys. I just wish we actually entered at that retest level there, but then unfortunately we did not see any confirmation at that point. We're actually looking, we were just focusing on our buys at that time, guys. Right, and I won't lie, those buys actually drained most of my trading accounts, guys. Okay, I've been new, guys. The buys actually drained most of my trading accounts. Okay, but then this week we're coming back hard, guys. Okay, so if you check, the buys actually promising, guys. Okay, so the buys actually promising, but then the market actually took a different direction, which is actually normal, guys. We're not going to win all the time. Sometimes we are going to be taking this kind of losses, and then we have to learn from the losses on how to actually approach the market in the upcoming days, guys, right? But if you check, we had a beautiful double top there. The only problem is I didn't identify any zone at that point, guys, right? So I was not seeing any reversal point at that point, guys. Okay, but we had a double top here, market broke and retested on the neckline, continued with the sell. So if you actually saw this one, guys, hey guys, actually a good trader right now, guys. If you saw this wholesale, actually a good swing trader. If you actually saw the wholesale, right, like up to the certain point, if you entered at that certain point and you want to close at a certain point, actually a good trade already, guys. Okay, actually know how to actually use this strategy, guys. Okay, so let's just check out GER30. So this is the one that I actually wanted to talk about. So on GER30, remember in the previous video we said that we're just gonna wait for the market to create a resistance, which it created, which is this one, and then create a double top on the resistance. Then we'll enter the second top, have those beautiful drops to the lowest point. But then unfortunately we did not enter there, so we just had to wait for the market to break out and retest. So at this retest level, which is a reversal point, remember your retest level is always on a zone. So this was our zone, we had a beautiful retest, and then the market dropped. Market came back to its retest level. Hence actually took my sales once the market hit that point, and we're going to be taking our beautiful sales to the lowest point now. Okay, we're just going to be taking our beautiful sales to the lowest point, and I just feel like right now we had a drop, right, and then it reversed a little bit. The market is just playing around at that certain point, right? Market is just playing around at that certain point, but then we're still gonna get more drops to the lowest point. right? So am I saying it's playing around with our first top, second top, broke. This just a retest on the neckline. Hence, I'm saying we are going to be dropping massively to the lowest point, guys. Okay, so stay tuned on this one, guys. Okay, so we're just gonna be reanalyzing NAS100 in this video, guys. Let's just see what we actually see on NAS100. I'm feeling to trade NAS100 today, guys. I haven't been trading it for the past 2 weeks. I think mainly because of how it was messed up, guys. Okay, but then right now I just feel like it's back into its pattern. Okay, so we're gonna start on our weekly chart. So I'm not gonna be identifying multiple things. I'm just gonna be identifying the ones that are actually relevant to the current market. So I'm just going to analyze the highest point, which is where the market is. We're currently from our resistance there. So actually looking for those beautiful drops, mainly because we are from our resistance, right? But then the market is giving me some different confirmations, guys. Okay. These are just my zones. I identified my current support, which is this last lowest point, and then my current resistance, which is that last highest point, and then the other ones are just my beautiful zones, right? Then from there, you're gonna go to your 1-day chart. So on my 1-day chart, from my support day, if you check, we're just having a beautiful, beautiful trend, which is just this one. Okay, so the market actually created a beautiful uptrend there. And then after identifying our trend, we should remember the 90% rule of an uptrend, which is saying that after 3 touches on the bottom trend line, and looking at how the market is, we only have 2 touches. So until we have a third touch, we're not going to be looking for any sales up to this 90%, right? So it means from this second touch, we might be having a beautiful major key, which I believe we do. If you check there is a beautiful trend that was created there, meaning we have a beautiful major key at that point, but then we'll just see it as we scale down into smaller time frames. Okay, and then like that, we're just having a beautiful points there. We're just having some beautiful, beautiful zones. So I just feel like the only way we're actually gonna be taking any sales there, the market just has to come and hit this certain zone here, right? So you have a beautiful reversal point at this certain area. So once the market hits that point, that is when we're actually going to be taking some sales. But we're not gonna be taking sales to this 90%. Instead, we're gonna be taking sales to this certain point here. I just feel like there's a certain trend that was created on the current market, which we will see in this time frame. Okay, for our chart. That's I'm saying we can actually take some beautiful buys, but also I was seeing that the market has a potential of breaking this point. Okay, but let me just remove this trend. For now, we're not gonna be looking at it, so I'm gonna just remove it. So if you check from this certain low here, we're just having a beautiful, beautiful uptrend. We just hit our third touch? Yes, we just hit our third touch. So the market just has to grab momentum, right? Hence I'm saying we can actually take some beautiful buys, but the market has to grab momentum. After it grabs momentum, we're looking for a breakout and a retest, and then that is only going to be taking our beautiful sales to the lowest point, which is this 90%. Okay, then we're just having a beautiful major key here. Okay, which also proves that we have to take some beautiful buys. I just feel like we've been fully retested, right? So we've been fully retested, but then guys, since we are going to be respecting the 90%, I'm just going to be mainly focusing on the sales, right? Since we're just focusing on the 90%, I don't want to be going up and down, guys, with the market, because I don't actually know where is the market gonna reverse, right? And then we have a beautiful reversal point in that current market also, but I just feel like that one we're gonna break it. It's actually not a strong one. So we're going to be looking at this highest point, which is just this one. Okay, that's the reversal point I wanted to actually identify. Okay, we have a beautiful reversal point at that certain point. Or is it this one? Okay, guys, I just feel like they are both reversal points. Okay, so we probably have a resistance area here. Yes, guys, so we have a beautiful resistance area. Market broke back into the resistance, so the only thing we're waiting for is a retest. Yes, guys, just waiting for a retest, and then the reason at this point we're just going to be taking sales to this first 90%. Then our second take profit will be at this certain lowest point, which is this 90%. Okay, so our first take profit will be at this 90%. Then as the market goes, we'll just wait until the market hits this 90%. Then we can close our profit, which can, and in the whole process, we have to have a third touch on that other trend line, on that bigger trend line, guys. Okay, so for now, let's just wait for the market to push up to this point and then create a double top. So a double top will obviously see it in our smallest time frames. Okay, unless if the market is going to break out and retest, which is also possible. So if the market just breaks out and retest, we're just going to be taking our beautiful sells to the lowest point. Okay, but let me just see my smallest time frame because, guys, the buy is actually there. On that current market, we're currently having some young reversals. I don't know if you all see this, but then we're currently having some young reversals. But then until we retest on this previous resistance, I just feel like, nah, I'm not going to be taking any sells till we retest at that point, guys. Okay, on that current market, it's there, the sells are there, but I don't think I'll take any position from that point. Okay, so I'll just wait for that breakout and a retest, and then we'll continue with the sells, guys. Okay. So yeah, guys, that's just what I'm seeing, guys. We'll just see what happens during this New York session, guys.